And you're very welcome back, folks. I'm delighted here to be joined by the victorious leader and the man of the match on the day from the Loughmore-Castleiney team, Noel McGrath. Noel, I suppose if we sum up the emotions, maybe despite happiness, I don't think relief would be a fair one. I think it's a bit more joy in terms of the performance and the quality of performance that was required there to beat a strong Neen opposition there today.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I suppose the start of the group, the aim is to top it and to get 3 wins, and that's what we're after accomplishing today. And we had it to the pin of our collar there. I think we responded very well in the last 10 or 12 minutes after the penalty to get our noses ahead again and to get the win. And our bench made a massive difference there when they came in. I think Rockersley scored 1-1 or 1-2 maybe even when he came on. It was a great bit of character shown from the team to hold on, I suppose, and to, from a position where in the first 10 or 15 minutes we were probably 6 or 7 up at one stage, and we're sure, like, Neen are one of the top teams in the county, so they were always going to, it was never going to stay like that. So yeah, look, we're delighted, top of the group, and we've a few weeks now to prepare. We get ourselves ready for football next week, and we look after the hurling then again after that.
Absolutely. I suppose it's wonderful to be able to keep the games going. Your younger brother, when I interviewed him in the mid-championship, Brian, said, we want games. But I'll come back to a point that you made about playing games and the importance of a panel. This panel, Loughmore, and I mentioned it to your manager there earlier on in the year, it seems to be building nicely, and you move a contribution he contributed 1-1 himself individually, set up another score. The Nina substitutes contributed 2 points out of the 4 substitute. Kieran McCormick contributed a total of 5 points on his own. When youth players contribute and making that impact off the bench with a bit of grit, it's going to be huge for the boys coming off or coming on, whichever the case may be.
Oh, definitely. Like any team in the country and whatever level you're playing at, now you need subs coming on and making a difference, and we had it today. I think maybe 4 or 5 come on. Paul McKay won a great ball there at the end. Philip came on near the end. Larkin Egan is back now again. So there's great competition there, and for any of us that have been playing starting today, we know that we have it on our hands now to keep our places going forward, and everyone has to work hard to keep the bodies right, keep the heads right, and get the hurling right. And now is the real knockout, county quarter-finals, and everybody that is in it will be looking forward to it, and everybody that's left will be fancying themselves for a chance at it. So you have to be ready every day you go out.
As a player, Noel, you spoke about what's left. I think the Loughmore Championship, the Tipperary Club Championship senior level this year seems to have an extra bit of edge. It seems that a lot more teams are a lot more level, and there's a couple of teams there in that 16 left will really fancy their chances of lifting Damboreen.
Oh, 100%. In the Tip Championship, every day you go out, a team has a chance of beating their opposition. There's 16 teams there, where anyone can beat anyone on a given day. So if you're one of the 8 teams left, you have to be thinking you have to get yourselves right now for a quarter final, whoever you're playing. If you're not right, you'll be bet. You know what I mean? So anyone that looks any further than a quarter final now, could easily get caught. So that'll be our focus, I suppose. This week now we football next Sunday, get our bodies right for that, go and perform in that, and hopefully we can get a performance in that as well, and then we sit down and we look at the hurling then again after that. And
as you said there, it's not just physically, because next week's game is going to be a great momentum builder. The club are able to manage it, they're known nationwide for doing it, but mentally to get up for that, if you're a bit flat going into these matches, you can easily be caught, because the hunger, as I said, matches the level of championship that's required. Noel, one final question I have for you. To be able to keep both going, I know it's mentioned a few times, I know my own brother is a selector, Richie, in the football. Just explain to the viewers nationally. You can explain to people, but give us a real insight in terms of what is. To me, it just comes natural as what we're used to. Maybe give it a bit more than that for the rest of the viewers nationwide.
Yeah, look, I suppose, Shane, if you know the history of our club as well as I do, and we are honouring that, and people that often have said over the years, why are you doing both or this, that and the other, but go back 50, 60 years, we were a football club, and you have to honour your tradition, and you have to withhold your tradition, and people that have gone before us that built our club and won football county finals in the 40s, 50s, 60s, you can't just throw that away, and we want to continue that tradition in both hurling and football. The club became senior in the early 80s, and that's continued on from there, so as you we're playing hurling and football since we're 5, 6, 7, so we don't know any different, and we love it. And as I said, you honour the tradition of your club, the history of your club, and that's what we want to do, is continue honouring that for as long as we possibly can, and then somebody else will do it when we're finished. And I love it, everyone else loves it, and we'll play it as long as we're able and as long as we can, and while we're enjoying it, and why not, you know what I mean, we'll be finished long enough and we'll have nothing to do, only sit back and watch.
And possibly give out about the next generation not doing it as good as we did. Noel, you're a gentleman as always, I appreciate that. Garda can stay, and best of luck in the championship going forward next weekend of football. So there you have it, folks. Noel McGrath, probably a gift and an answer there in terms of how the Loughmore-Castleiney club are able to produce sport in the big stage in terms of hurling and football. They're after producing today, but I never said the attitude once more. They were going down the home straight. It didn't look great, but he mentioned there in his interview, Noel, about how they responded really well and the impact off the bench responded really well from the penalty went in, and that's what Loughmore did. Nina, to their credit, you know, they put in the performance of the season so far. They saved the best to last. I don't think there was enough to see him through as I speak here now, but I can be stand corrected as we move forward in terms of finding out permutations, etc, etc. But as it stands, Loughmore-Castleiney changed victory. They're going to go through top of the group. No one will fancy their chances in meeting them, but I did say everybody who's in the quarter final will fancy playing anybody, because they're all coming in at different mindsets, different perspectives, and indeed the momentum they're going to bring going into this championship quarter final, it's going to really boil up, it's going to really heat up for the next few weeks. Players are going to have to get recovered, not just in the senior championship but in all the championships recovered in Tipperary, in the Premier Intermediate and Premier Championship as well. A lot of teams still available to win both of those cups as well. Folks, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here.